What's up, guys? Devil Dog Gamer here, and today we're going to be talking about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the 2022 version, and the multiplayer beta that is finally out. I played it, and I got some thoughts and concerns on it. So, a little bit of history, because we don't usually do Call of Duty videos on the channel. We used to back in the day, quite a bit. But I used to be a big Call of Duty guy, all the way up till Black Ops 2 is pretty much when I stopped really caring about the multiplayer and dumping thousands and thousands of hours into it. Now I mainly play Call of Duty for the campaigns, which are always super on point. I'm happy that, you know, that's still a thing because so many game companies nowadays just scrape by the single player stuff, don't give a shit. But Call of Duty always seems to have really awesome campaigns, and I think this one's going to have a really awesome one just by what you're hearing about it. So, you know, I always try out the multiplayer because it's just a bonus that comes with the single player stuff for me. This one, though, so far has been pretty good. Now, I do have complaints. You know, there are reasons why I don't play Call of Duty too much multiplayer, and we'll touch it base on it in this video. But this one so far reminds me a bit of like COD 4, like the original Call of Duty. COD 4, man, like the GOAT of multiplayer. It's slow. You know, I know people are kind of still jumping around and stuff, but not majority of the people. It's slower. The time to kill is super fast. You know, you're not dumping entire mags in somebody's chest waiting for them to die and shit like that. And I'm liking it. I'm liking it because I'm not really one of those guys that likes to jump around, slide, do that slide cancel shit. That's just whack for me. I'm too old for that garbage. Like I'm a grown man. I do not have the reflexes of a 19-year-old, okay? I'm just trying to get by with what I got left of my reflexes. I can't be doing none of that shit, you know what I mean? So this one feels slow enough for me to be like, all right, I can do some damage. Like I might actually be competitive to a point, and we'll get to that. The maps are actually pretty cool. The game mode invasion, which you're gonna see majority of on this, with the AI and you're fighting, you know, to go back and forth, push each other out. The AI is actually pretty okay. Like it takes cover, it plays kind of like a player. Sometimes I have a hard time telling the difference, you know, just because they're, you know, everyone's not really jumping around like a crazy man. I'm liking it, dude. Like I'm liking it, especially like these big maps, tons of buildings to go into, tons of floors to clear, tons of areas to go. AI also to fight with. It kind of feels a little like a battlefield, not gonna lie. It kind of feels a little like a battlefield. I'm really excited to see what ground war looks like, and once we started getting some big stuff. And you know, I was usually the guy, after COD 4, I started going mainly into hardcore matches because the time to kill got a little long for me, and I'm like, why am I dumping half a mag into somebody's face? Doesn't make any sense to me. So I started going into hardcore matches, but with this game, if the time to kill stays the way it is, I really don't think I'm gonna need that hardcore, you know, playlist to feel like, okay, this is kind of like where I want the game to be and things like that. You know, the mini maps too, very minimalistic. UI is all right, but it seems like it's starting to cater more. They're getting away from what everyone was doing with Warzone, Modern Warfare 2019, all that slide cancel, all that craziness, and they're kind of going back to just like, all right, let's just make this Call of Duty, get rid of all that crazy shit that we were doing the past game, make it a little more, you know, boots on the ground and not boots 360 in the air, sliding and jumping up and all that crap. And I like it. So far, I'm liking it. I'm not a huge, like, I'm not like, this is the greatest Call of Duty ever, but I'm like, you know what, I might give this multiplayer, like, a bit of time. The visual recoil, everyone's complaining about it. I don't think it's that bad. You spend enough time on Tarkov and you really don't notice the visual recoil. I mean, it's not a huge deal to me. The recoil's alright, you know, you can easily hold stuff on target. Don't really gotta pull too much, things like that. The gunsmith, the way you unlock guns and how you customize them, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I wish they give you more attachment slots so you could really like customize your gun a little more, but I could see how that might be an issue with like some of the game modes. But like, dude, the graphics, the models, some of like just seeing like the strikes happen, it's looking really good. It's got me really damn excited for the campaign because I can only imagine even seeing the AI operate. I'm like, all right, this might be a little better than all the AI standing in front of you out in the open firing like they used to do and shit like that. So I'm like, all right, I'm a little excited now. Like, I can get with this. But I do have zero faith that this will stay like it. Call of Duty does not have any sort of backbone. And the second majority of the community is like, bring back all the shit we had before. They're gonna cave in a heartbeat. Because they make tons of fucking money off this series. And they're not gonna want to change it drastically. And so far, almost everybody I see complaining about, like, I can't do my slides and all this shit and oh god. And it just goes right back to where it was before. So I don't think it's going to stay like that too much. But, you know, I'm kind of hopeful maybe it'll kind of stay like it is and they don't fuck with it too much. But I really don't think so. So my biggest issue, and the reason I don't usually play Call of Duty too much, is the aim assist is super strong for controllers. I didn't believe how strong it was, and I'm like, dude, there's no way. Like, so I dusted off my Xbox 360 controller, which I never fucking use unless a game forces me to, which never happens, and plugged it in. And dude, it's like the stupidest easy thing in the entire world. Like, you crank up the aim assist, and all you gotta do is just hold down the trigger in ADS, and like, it just does everything for you. You don't even have to touch your stick. It's just like, oh, here's the guy. Okay, he dead. And, you know, drives me bonkers, man, because like I'm not really good at shooters, but like the shit people do with this aim assist is like stuff like guys that do like 10,000 hours of CS:GO do, you know. But like somebody can easily pick up a controller and be like, all right, and just get like crazy kills that I can't match, you know. And it's just like, dude, what the fuck? That's my biggest complaint, and one of the bigger reasons I stopped playing Call of Duty multiplayer so much is because the aim assist just got worse and worse and worse. They just wanted to appeal and get more people on multiplayer, you know, giving them these handicaps that they needed, which you really don't need, because honestly, like COD 4, I played that majority on PlayStation, and I never used the aim assist they had on there, and that one wasn't even a good one. That was kind of terrible. You don't need it, like you really don't, but they give it to everybody. You know, so I'm still deciding if I'm gonna do multiplayer, if I'm just gonna bust out a controller and just be like, you know, this is what I'm gonna need to be competitive. Because if you watch everybody who plays Call of Duty, streamers, pros, all that, they're all using controllers for a reason. All of them. So I don't know if I'm gonna do that or just keep with mouse and keyboard. I think once the game releases, I'll see how it goes, and if I can keep up with mouse and keyboard, then we're gonna roll with it. If not, and people start doing all that crazy shit as usual, I'm just gonna dust off the controller and be like, listen, here we go, you know, it's controller time, baby, here we go. But like I said, mainly play this for the single player though. So I definitely gotta say though, I'm a bit more excited for this one than I have been for other Call of Duty, especially multiplayer wise. I'll probably play the shit out of the multiplayer with this, even bust out the controller if I need be, because you know, it's actually really good. I'm surprised. I didn't think I was gonna like the multiplayer, but I'm liking it, and that's a foreign thing to me. Maybe it's just because Battlefield gave us such garbage, you know, that I'm just like, well, I gotta play something, and I've been, you know, thousands of hours into Tarkov, but you know, that might be the case, it might not, but either way, I'm liking it. I'm really excited to see the campaign, like super fucking excited for the campaign. But the multiplayer, I gotta say, it's definitely pretty good. It's definitely an upgrade from the last one for sure. And pretty excited to see how it goes. But I want to know what you guys think about the Call of Duty beta. Do you guys like it? Are you gonna play more of the multiplayer? Or are you just really excited for the damn single player campaign like I am? All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.